Oh my God, look at that leg. It looks broken. Look at that.
My leg?
Yeah, look, it looks broken.
What the hell? How are you bending your legs like that?
Like that?
It literally looks snappy.
Yeah. It looks so snap, but you have to get in that right position to get the bolt in.
Good view of my dumpy right now. Yeah, I'm a little flexible. I take yoga on the reg. You know how it be. Well, well, well. Would you look at that? So this is Gray's M2. The same one that had the rock chip incident earlier. Man's really just bursted a side window and a radiator and just went all out from here on out. It's now, do you know what exact vinyl this would be?
Inositech Midnight Purple.
Gotcha. So it's that on CS wheels.
Yep.
Right, CS wheels, CS hood, freaking carbon mirror caps.
Carbon roof.
Carbon roof, yeah, you can't even, it looks so factory.
It is factory.
But I guess OEM plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's aftermarket factory.
Added on these little side skirt blades. Got the front splitter.
Front end looks real nice with the painted headlights.
Yeah, he painted the headlights as well. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know who watched the video of the incident on the mountain with this car, but it's not even the same car anymore. It's freaking completely transformed. You guys both have CS wheels. Could you, in theory, just like mount them to either car, or are they completely like?
I don't know if his width is different.
Because like, he's got the champagne, he's got the gold, but they're literally the same wheels. Now that's not the only thing, they both have the same motor. Kind of curious, see what sounds better.
I'm not curious because I know the answer.
Damn, bro.
What makes you assume his sounds better?
Tasteful exhaust versus crack pipe.
Let's put it to the test. Let's find out.
I can't go past 3.
Otherwise it like
Soft
soft limits.
Oh.
Do you have a soft limiter?
No, it's a manual, dog.
That's, oh, there you go. That's true. Well, there's your issue. You need some motor with that burble.
Yeah, right.
It's like more, it's more.
so much more motor under load.
all right, F-boy, fire it up.
It's not going to make
What about a neutral, bro?
that.
Oh. That's like very deep and bassy, and this just like opens up everything. My Skyline clearly looks out of place. However, it actually is in fact the same motor setup, an inline 6 turbo, that we might as well freaking see how this sounds in comparison to these Beamer boys. So wait, are these twin turbos?
Yes, twin turbo.
Okay, so they're literally the same thing.
But important to note, I believe, is the exhaust routing for the headers. Because the reason these sound like weed whackers is because they're 2 inline 3s per turbo, and I believe that yours is like 1 2 1 2 1 2. So it's like ours is like odd firing and yours is even firing in terms of the exhaust pulses.
Gotcha.
So that's
Well, the Japanese know what they're doing. That definitely doesn't sound like that.
Very nice.
Alright, well, since he can't get rid of his soft limiter, he found a different strategy to hear out all the revs. I'm still waiting. Oh, alright, we're getting... Hey! Not bad.
I can do that too.
Oh boy, yeah, no, you could do that a lot easier.
Yeah.
See, I can't do that as easily because all-wheel drive in this boy. You gonna show me all-wheel drive is possible?
Alright, watch both of these Johnnies spin.
Okay. Welcome back to Skyline mods. Now, the last time I did this, the video performed very well. You guys definitely love to see me putting on little accessories, modifications of parts I got from Japan onto my Skyline GTR. So we're back. We got some more goodies. Starting out with a like $50 strut brace that I found in an up garage. Don't know what brand this is, but I currently have never had one, so like one is better than none. We got some interior stuff. This is pretty much a like Alcantara suede Mines armrest cover. That we'll have to get that on there. I got an entire new key. I got a Mines key. Look at that.
Dude, that looks sick. Shout
out Fwong. He hooked it up with that one. Now that one is not really an install. That is I gotta take to a locksmith and get that carved out based on my regular one. Mine's handbrake in suede Alcantara, but with different stitching than the one that I currently have, because I actually currently have a Mines boot, but it's red stitching, but it doesn't go with my interior, and also suede is just like, it feels nicer on the hand. That'll be easy, but the main thing is gonna be the intercooler polished hard pipe kit that's gonna go in the engine bay. It's gonna, I mean, this plus with the strut brace, the engine bay is hopefully gonna be nicely transformed after today. So yeah, come take a look. So this is what we got working with so far. R34, RB26, basically stock. You guys already know the deal, but no strut brace. I've always wanted a nice one, and we're not really putting a nice one on, but like I said, better than nothing. And then this massive twin turbo, this is pretty much the intercooler piping right here. This is all gonna get swapped out. Hopefully these still fit somewhere in here with the new stuff. But yeah, this is the before. Now let's get to improving. I had them loosen these so that it could fit in my luggage. It literally diagonally barely fit in the suitcase, but I was able to like bring home a strut brace with no issues whatsoever. We gotta undo our freaking titanium dress-up bolts. This is the right way, right?
Yeah. You mean the left way?
Yeah. Oh my god, this is on so tight. Oh. Oh. They got that thing on there. Well, I guess you gotta keep the Olins in place. Titanium. So if I take this one off, my coilover isn't just gonna like shoot out, is it?
One way to find out.
We forgot that in order to install the intercooler piping, you would not want a strut brace there anyway. So basically we were doing this in the wrong order. We're gonna put this on pause and we're gonna go do this. This should be the hardest thing to install the freaking afternoon, so
yeah.
Well, at least get that out of the way. So what we need to do is undo this. Oh,
ooh, like butter.
Hell yeah. Twin turbo.
It's hard not to do that with the line.
Dude, you got the freaking lines on lines. If you guys are a fan of my cars and a specific one is personalized to your liking, well, we got merch that match the cars. Go check them out, UltraMotiveShop.com. There's the plug. Go buy it right now.
Link below.
It took us so long to get one little piece of the OEM part off, so now it's dark. But we're finally onto the nice shiny chrome stuff. We got our fancy Nismo branded couplers. And
hey, look, at least matches now.
I guess the blue kind of works. We got all the colors going on. This was an OCD person would hate seeing this because we got red, blue, and then green, all accenting. But it's okay. It's okay. When it comes to a Skyline, it don't matter. All right.
Oh, wait! Before you go too far, you need to put that other gasket.
Okay. Now, finally. Oh. We'll be right back. Go give it a little sturdy test. Yeah,
look, I'm moving the whole car.
It's in there. Yeah, I know you're shaking the whole car. All right, let's slap on our freaking strut brace now.
All right, slapped.
Oh, wait. Backwards.
Oh.
Watch it like still be wrong. Yo. Yo! I haven't had this ever on my car. All right, here's the titanium bolts, sir.
Don't tie them all the way because we need to make.
Yeah, we gotta do the adjustments on the actual bar. This thing's got like duct tape on it. All right, well, I mean, it was only 50 bucks, so it's not perfect. Here is the enhanced engine bay after our 2 additions. Now, that should have been the hard part. So now we just move on into the interior, and I just have 2 little suede add-ons that I'm gonna do. We have top secret boots, which have basically white stitching. And then the only Mines boot I found last time I went had red stitching right here. So obviously this doesn't, to anyone's OCD interior mindset, this doesn't flow well. So now we have a brand new one. Oh, yep. Ta-da. Ta-da. Oh, I can just literally undo it. That feels nice. I probably should have cleaned my hands a little bit more before touching the brand new Alcantara, but that is fancy. We got that out of the way. Next up is more suede. All right, so this just essentially covers this piece. I ain't a man of interior upholstery, so on the other side, we'll see staples and maybe some double-sided tape that's in here, but no one's ever gonna see that. This is pretty smooth. I'm actually impressed with how I was able to wrap this around this thing without any wrinkles. So now we're just bolting the bracket stuff back on, and then we'll slap her back in there. Well, it is safe to say the R32 interior has now been done up to the max. We have the Alcantara armrest right here. Don't mind my little amateur staple installation right there. You guys aren't supposed to see that part. But this now paired with the handbrake piece in Alcantara as well. Not to mention the fact that all of this over here is now in matching white stitching. Before this was red. So yeah, all of this is complete. And then we have the lovely Nardi, which at first you used to think has all red stitching, but it actually has some white along there. So yeah, the stitching I would say I'm now happy with. We got the Recaro confettis, which I never plan on getting rid of these seats. They happen to come with the car when I got it years back, and they're collectibles. I mean, these things have gone up crazy in value as far as if you were to try and find a pair yourself. They're definitely rare, they're definitely cool, but they're not perfect. I definitely would like to get the sides reupholstered at some point. Maybe do these in a nice black leather, but then keep the, of course, inserts right there. Those definitely can't ever disappear. That's the whole point of the seat. That could be done in the future, but yeah, I mean, other than that, I really don't know what else you could do to this interior. You could do tacky stuff like starlight roof or other silly glow and whatnot, but as far as keeping it simple right now, I mean, it's pretty much done up with all little details that I like. And then we just blinged up the engine bay a little bit tonight. So I'm definitely honored that we've gotten to a point in mods on the Skyline that we're focusing on such small little details like that. Can't say the same for the S14. Like, that thing could use a million little maintenance, upkeep, pieces, parts, mods here and there before I'm ever focusing on small details like a handbrake piece. So yeah, that's where we're at with the Skyline. I know you guys are also thinking, I mean, Jack, you could do like a million stuff power-wise with this car, but reliability is key. That's why this car, ever since this motor went in it back in early 2019, you'll notice that this car has never pretty much let me down. It's been running and it's been driving, whereas the other YouTubers out there, they've seemed to go through a lot of Skyline issues when they're trying to do ambitious, crazy stuff. She stays healthy by keeping the motor all stock and simple, and if I ever did want more power, we could just turn up the boost on those R34 turbos.
Yeah, Tom's gonna win this one.
This ain't a fair comparison, though. You have 2 extra cylinders.
I'm the only not inline 6 here.
And like
I gotta represent.
1,000 extra RPM.
Oh god.
boy.
Oh god. Getting back. Dude, the freaking limiter crackle. Yay, boy.